Welcome to the Vinny Rock Podcast.
Much more than this, I did it my way.
Yo, what up? What's going on, y'all? It's the Vinny Rock Podcast. Let me fucking take my goddamn phone off ringer. It's probably my wife saying, "Where are you?" There she is. It actually is her. Okay, starting a podcast. I love you. There we go. What's going on, y'all? It's the Vinny Rock Podcast. I got my boy here, Vince Rockwell. So today we have the Vinny Rockwell. Wait, Vinny Rock podcast.
That'll blow your mind.
That'll blow your fucking mind. Yeah, dude, it's funny because we're working together on some other projects. Someone else thought that when he emailed them it was me. It's just funny because Vince Rockwell.
Yeah, billing is about to get magically confusing.
So funny. Either way, before we get to the podcast, I'm going to talk about something interesting. That's probably going to be a lot of people mad at me. But either way, I'm going to tell you how I feel about a subject in the community. And I wanted to have my man here to give his opinion as well. Either way, before we do that, let's jump into the sponsorships. Today, I'm going to start my sponsorship with Ranger Up. Ranger Up decided to jump onto the podcast. I have no freaking clue why, and I'm super blessed that they did. You know who Ranger Up is, right? I mean, they're one of the foundations of the veteran T-shirt companies.
Pillar.
A pillar. They are. I think I think they are the first of their own kind. Besides the weird one like 762. Remember those guys that were in the AFIs? No, you don't even remember those.
No.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't do a whole lot of shopping there.
Yeah, I know. I didn't either. But either way, a lot of people did. Mm-hmm. And, and then eventually, Grunt Style showed up there. Yep. So, Ranger Up, they're sponsors. I love them. Nick is one of my business mentors. He supports whatever I'm doing, and it was seriously surprising as hell that he wanted to jump on board here. So I'm blessed. You guys go check out Ranger Up. Not just the sunglasses that I wear and I have right here. Have you seen those? Check those out. Polarized and everything. Put them on. Feel them. They're beautiful. Sexy. Don't stretch out my head. I have a big enough head. Don't worry. But yeah, so, Ranger Up, you guys go and listen to this podcast, decide you guys want to go buy a shirt or whatnot. You want to go buy some sunglasses or whatnot. All you got to do is put in that Rocco promo code to save 10% off. Go check them out. RangerUp.com. Very easy to find. Another one of my sponsors, Core Medical Group. Core Medical Group is a company that does hormone replacement therapy. And when I say that, it's not just testosterone. When you guys go get your blood work tested, some of you are going to find that you have low vitamin B, vitamin D, vitamin whatever the hell. And they will help supplement all those to get you back at a homeostasis state. Boom. Isn't that interesting?
Science.
What do you think about that?
Love it.
Right? I think it's important. Most veterans probably don't realize how they do have low T from sustaining a lot of stress in combat, any kind of blasting. Like if you're sitting in the room and you do flashbangs, if you're sitting there and you're doing AT4, whatever it is, you were a combat engineer. Yep. You guys are around a lot of explosions, correct?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit here and there, right? Mm-hmm. Those shock waves have a tendency to destroying the gland in your head that produces hormones. Yeah. And while a lot of the guys get out of the military don't realize it, they have to go get checked. And when you get checked, you find out the VA has a different rating system. And so the way the VA does it, you have to be in the 100s, which is unheard of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's super low.
That's super low. That's ridiculous. That means you're pretty much of a female.
Yeah, you're a chick.
You're a chick. So you guys
not that that's bad.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You're a chick with a lot of testosterone. That's not a bad thing. But if you guys want to get regulated, you want to get fixed, go check out Core Medical Group. Let them know Rocco sent you. You got GMR Gold. That is a subscription-based concept for you to get precious metals. You pay $200 a month, $300 a month, $400 a month, you'll get a box with precious metals that are worth that amount or more. And, you do what you want with them. For me, It's more of the collecting of precious metals and having fun with it with my sons and my daughters is why I do it. I enjoy it. I'm not too worried about the value of it. I just really, for me, it's like something I could put money towards to really enjoy towards the family. And that's what it is. It's kind of like every time you open it, the kids go, oh my gosh, right? A shiny penny, whatever it is. And they get excited about. I love it. It's a fun program for me. You guys go check out Bullion Box or GMR Gold. And that is another promo code. That is Rocco. Man, making things easy for everyone these days. Anything you hear on the podcast, just put Rocco and you'll probably get a little discount going on. Beyond Clothing. Outstanding company. Outstanding company. I just love what they do. It's that time of the year again. The temperature was 34 degrees this morning. It's getting cold. And as much as I hate it, I love it because I got Beyond Clothing keeping me warm at night and day, all day, every day. Go check them out. Obviously, same promo code. Rocco, get yourself a 10% off. The last one I mentioned is Willie Pete's Chocolates. You know Willie Pete's Chocolate? Actually, there's one more I got to mention. It's pretty cool. But Willie Pete's Chocolates, you ever had them?
No.
Willie Pete's Chocolate is a veteran who makes chocolate out of his own house, and he actually grows the peppers as well out of his own house. So he started making chocolates. Yeah. Peppers. Yeah, so let me explain it to you. It's cool that you've never had it, so I can explain it so people listening as well. He grows a lot of peppers, as in jalapenos, Carolina Reapers, habaneros, all those in his house.
Oh, this is torture chocolate.
Yeah, it can be. If you don't like spicy, if you don't like spicy food, I take it.
I like spicy food to a degree.
Yeah, you know what I hate? I hate when it's so spicy. It makes life uncomfortable. You're like, what the hell was that for?
Yeah, if it makes me sweat, that's too spicy.
Yeah. So he has different Scoville units on each one. So each chocolate bar. So there's one that's like a s'mores one. My kids eat. It's really good. It has like marshmallows, chocolate. What a s'more would pretty much have, and I think it has peanuts as well. That one. It sounded like I said penis. It will have peanuts in it.
Wow. Enunciation.
It's a little early in the morning. Either way. Willie Pete's Chocolate has some awesome chocolates ranging from, like I said, 0 Scoville units all the way up to the one called Moab, which is like a Carolina Reaper pepper. Ooh. Yeah, like I licked it with the tip of my tongue and legitimately was on fire.
Okay.
So that's not a fun one, but if you want to trick someone, that'd be cool.
Nice. All right.
You can do whatever the hell you want with
Christmas gift, stocking stuffer.
Yeah. And then me and him came up with a hot sauce, and that's another good one that I like. It tastes very similar to like a more bold and powerful A1 steak sauce. It's a hot sauce, but it's more of like a mild. We wanted to make it spicier, but we also wanted people to buy it and enjoy it. It's called Pop Smoke. You can check it out. Let me show you kind of made it so it looks kind of like a smoke canister, if you will.
I like it.
I'm gonna get some shipped down here for when we do the tacos for Hero Sports.
Yeah,
and so I can introduce that now to people. It's gonna be good. People are gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. Last but not least, we have Aircraft Maintainer, and this is one. Like I said, I don't know a lot about, but I do know the gentleman who owns it, and he's a legitimate good person. Like when you say good dudes, this is a good dude. And what he created this company for was to help veterans get certified, getting out of the military and getting paid more money in the civilian world, right? A lot of our jobs in the military don't cross over into the civilian culture, right? So like if you're 68 whiskey in the military, sometimes you have to get out and still go to EMT school. Mm-hmm. It just depends if you got your national registry or not, whatever. Right. Before they didn't do that. Now I think they might be doing it, but other MOSs out there, like,
combat engineers.
Combat engineer. Yeah, you didn't get out with any.
I qualify for a lot of construction work.
Yeah.
But
you'll still have to go get your demolition degrees or certifications.
Yeah, if I want to do the fun stuff, but like general construction,
right?
That's pretty much it.
And that's where Aircraft Maintainer comes into play. If you have a career field that deals with maintaining aircrafts, a mechanic for an aircraft, they can get you certified. So when you get out of the military, you'll be getting paid more money. And it's actually free. All you got to do is call them. The Army, the military, the Air Force, the Marines, they all pay for this program, and he could come in, fly in, and get you certified. So when you get out of the military, you're in a better position. There's nothing that's, to me, is better to promote on any kind of podcast is if I can offer you guys something of more value in a company that's going to cover it for free.
Hell yeah.
Right? So if you guys have an MOS like that, go check out Aircraft Maintainer. He posts things says, if you're a level 7, right? A level 7 is obviously something that in your MOS that I don't understand, but you can look into it by hitting up Aircraft Maintainer. Go check out aircraftmaintainer.com. Go check him on Instagram if you want, Aircraft Maintainer. Give him a call. Ask questions. He'll get the answers. All right. Well, here we go. Dude,
Excellent drum roll.
drum roll, please. So, like, you know, here's my issue, man. I'm going to sit back and get comfortable with this one. I actually did a podcast the other day, and we ended up talking about the same exact subject. And I got to tread lightly on the subject because I can get emotional and say things that could be taken out of context, and then the world just shits on me. Here's the deal. Being in the space that I've been for how many years now, and working with veterans and trying to get guys to transition better, trying to get guys to find success after military, for being a guy who's dealt with the struggles of the transition as well, and now doing my best to help combat that in the civilian world. You know, I see a lot of people want to help veterans, and they want to help the suicide epidemic that we have, right? And with that coming about, people held on to the number 22, right? And those of you listening who might not know this, which there are very, very few of you, but the 22 association came from the idea that 22 veterans are killing themselves a day, committing suicide daily, right? And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying the numbers kind of fluctuate actually from up a little bit and go down. I think now it's actually down somewhere in the 18, whatever the case. I think there was a study that just came out.
Okay.
But either way, it doesn't matter. For some reason, we got fixated on the number 22. And this was probably, man, I can say 2013-ish, I think is where it really started coming into play. So, something like that was where I really started hearing a lot about it, a lot more 22. And when people held on to that number, they started making organizations to do it. There's 22 this, 22 that. I actually, at one point, it's funny, about 5 years ago, I went onto Facebook and typed in all the 22s, and it was something around 60, 70 different 22 organizations.
Just organizations.
Organizations. I mean, nonprofits that help suicide awareness, right? That's what everyone is doing, right? And so this became a national and world recognized number for the suicide epidemic in the veteran community. And it actually kind of demonized us. We didn't realize what it was doing. It was demonizing us to the civilian culture who are like, oh man. Like my mom, who doesn't know a lot about the veteran community, doesn't really pay attention, doesn't need to, but her son, she knows me, right? She's the one who kind of came to me and was like, Vinny, is this the 22 thing? Is it real? Is it like veterans commit suicide a lot? I was like, yeah, man, but so does everyone. You know, like it's an epidemic we have in the United States of America. If we are so close-minded to think that this is just a veteran issue, it's not. I think the veteran issue is near and dear to veterans' hearts. But if you step back and look at the issue in the United States, suicide is an issue in your own families, whether you have kids, if you have law enforcement in your families, if you have veterans, if you have doctors, it doesn't matter what it is, there's a suicide epidemic happening in the United States of America. I don't know why. I don't want to even be the guy to assume why, right? Like,
We're definitely not qualified for us to do anything more than dip our toe into this pool.
Yeah, that's like, I'm not certified in that, and I wouldn't even try and attempt to be. I just can say, if you step outside of the funnel that you're in and only seeing the veteran issue, we have to step back a few more steps and see the humanity issue, truthfully. And so with this 22 became this iconic number that people followed along and jumped on board with. And it bothers me because, and if anyone knows, they hit me up, all these 22 organizations hit me up to work with them, and I always tell them, like, no offense, but I work with nobody associated with the 22 concept. And it's just personal branding, it's personal beliefs. I have to stand for what I believe in, and I believe naming anything with that is not conducive to the transition of our community, right? And so when I say that, it's more like, those of you listening probably just like, oh my God, I'm going to throw my phone. Oh my God, I'm so triggered. And it's fine. You can be triggered. You don't have to agree with me. I really don't give a fuck if you agree with me, but let me break it down a little bit more. There's a thing going around the internet called 22 push-ups for 22, 22 for 22. And guys are doing 22 push-ups for suicide awareness. And I remember, I've been tracking this back since 2013, probably even sooner, probably even before then. But 22 push-ups for 22 to gain awareness. Now, I understand the concept. In the Ranger Battalion, in Ranger training, they say good initiative, bad judgment is what they say. Because the way I say I think it's bad judgment is because I think the world is aware. I think the time for suicide awareness has passed almost 10 years ago now, right? Like, we are all aware. We are all aware that this is an issue. We are more concerned because it's our community and we're losing, I've lost now probably more guys to suicide than I have in combat. It hurts. It sucks. But I don't think 22 push-ups for awareness is the answer, right? I think it's what people do to try and gain attention towards it, but we forget that everyone already knows, And so I think it's almost wasted efforts. And it hurts to say that, right? But it's hard to say, like, anything is good, but it comes to a point where it becomes repetitively wasteful.
It's almost to the point to where it's kind of like, it sounds horrible to say, but beating a dead horse.
No,
correct. That is the direction that everybody's headed. And once you start badgering or pushing this initiative in front of everybody, you start seeing it, you're made very aware of it, and then at some point, it starts to peter off. Like, it starts to arc off.
Well, yeah.
And everybody's just like, oh yeah, that thing happens, on to the next.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, you can go Google right now on Facebook, or just go on Facebook and search 22, and see all the organizations. And I did an emotional rant one time years ago, man. And it was called Look in the Mirror. But before I even started going into self-accountability and looking in the mirror, which is something I talk about all the time, I went into how many veteran organizations there are out there, and everyone's looking to try and collect money for it. And all we've done is oversaturated our own market to hurt ourselves. Because, like I said, probably 6 years ago, there was 70-something organizations. There's probably over 100-something organizations with the 22.
Easily.
And all of those organizations are fighting to get the same kind of funding to try and help the suicide awareness. Now, if there was one company and everybody pushed their efforts towards that company, how much more money would they potentially have to help suicide awareness?
Right.
And so we've almost burned ourselves at the stake already from just being oversaturated in the market. Everyone has a bleeding heart for the subject. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows the answer. You know what I mean? And so without an actual answer, we're continuing to, it's a treadmill race, right? You're not actually gaining ground.
Yeah.
You're just,
we're going faster, but staying
you're
in the
moving
same
your
place.
feet. Exactly. And that's exactly what I think we're doing. I think suicide awareness is done. Suicide prevention is where we're at, right? And how do you prevent suicide? Man, you could talk to 1 million people and they'll all have 1 million different answers, truthfully. Like, that's why we have so many veteran nonprofit organizations. There's one for chiseling wood. There's one for horses. There's one for sports, mine. There's one for theater, mine. There's one for push-ups. There's a million organizations out there doing what they believe personally is going to make a bump in the system to help veterans transition better, or help the suicide epidemic. And I say this, I think they're all right. I think getting guys involved in what they personally love is definitely important. Mm-hmm. I think for some reason our own community is afraid of counseling. I think
that's that stigma that's attached to
the
it.
Stigma, yeah, you're weak if you need counseling.
Yeah.
But also, have you ever had a bad counseling experience? I have.
Yeah.
I was at a counselor one time and I wanted to flip her fucking table right in front of her. That's how mad I was, because it was like, you also have counselors who probably maybe don't have a lot of experience in the area or almost don't give a shit. There's people that work in the workforce that don't give a shit about, they're just collecting a check. Yeah, it's crazy. What? Right. So this lady was like, it says here that you went to combat. I was like, yeah. Did you ever see anything that stressed you out? I was like, what? That's a weird question. Like, what a weird question. I was just like, kind of like, man, I'm frustrated and I don't want to be, you know what I mean? So I understand that, like, we have a hard time finding the organizations that will help us with counseling. I think that's something that we need to address early on, is everybody who comes back from overseas, everyone who just gets out of the military transitioning needs counseling. I think, I said this in my other podcast, was that transition is tough in any aspect, and how you put it, from a boy hitting puberty to someone graduating college trying to find life after college. It's the same transition. It's the same struggles.
Change sucks.
Change is hard, but for some reason, we are struggling to find ourselves again after the military. And since that is my community, it's near and dear to my heart, I want to try and address this subject. I do push-ups sometimes on my Instagram, and I just do it live, and it's just to do push-ups with the community that follows me and just have a good time with it, and it motivates me to do more push-ups, and it's just fun. And I've had several people like, hey, man, are you doing push-ups? What are you doing push-ups for? Are you doing push-ups for 22? I'm like, no, man, I'm just doing fucking push-ups for my own health. God damn it. Yeah. Like, I'm just doing push-ups to do push-ups. And I don't know, and that's where like this whole thing came frustrating, is like, I hope you guys understand the world is aware of the suicide issue. We need to find out, how do we prevent it, and there's a million organizations near you. I think the answer starts small in your circle. I think the answer starts with you guys reaching out to your closest friends. And I say close friends, I'm not the guy that's a state away. I'm talking the guy that you can shake his hand. Reach out to those guys. Get them involved in community. Find a nonprofit in your area, a local one that has group gatherings, whether it's through sports, whether it's through equestrian, how do you say, horse riding and all that shit? Equestrian, whatever the fucks. Whether it's through wood chiseling, whether it's through
underwater basket weaving.
Right, it doesn't matter. But find a local community within reach where you can touch them and get involved with each other's lives. I think that's the first part. Once we are involved in each other's lives, identify who's never attempted counseling and probably should start there. There's a counseling called Rapid Eye Movement. Rapid Eye Movement. I'm so bad at that because I should know this because I've done it. I went to a counselor named Tanya Glenn. I've talked about her before. And she did the Rapid Eye Movement. EMDR. Okay.
REM doctor, okay.
Check this out. So, and I'm explaining, I know I've explained it multiple different times, but like, I have the platform now, might as well say it again. And hopefully, after someone's heard it the fucking 20th time, they're going to actually listen. Mm-hmm. I think everyone needs to go to counseling, but if someone is struggling significantly with a traumatic event, which a lot of us have them, it doesn't have to be in the military. It could be a traumatic event that happened when you're 7, right? It could be a traumatic event that happened just the day before, watching a car accident and seeing ugly shit happen. These traumatic events that stick with you are what slows you down in life, and they become this hurdle that you have to always try and get over, and it's tough. EMDR is a process in therapy that is proven. This is the crazy thing. This is coming from straight up, proven to help subside PTSD. So there's people that want to sit there and say like PTSD is ruining my life. Okay, well go get help. And when I say help, there's multiple different things. There's hormone replacement therapy, right? Testosterone's 1. That's just emotionally get yourself right. 2, EMDR is a therapy that's going to help you process.
REMDR.
EMDR. That's what it is. EMDR.
Okay.
But it is REM, right? It is REM sleep.
Gotcha.
They're putting you through the symptoms of REM. So when you sleep and you go to REM sleep and your eyes are kind of sleep, that's kind of the best time when your body's processing a lot of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Essentially, if you want to break down EMDR and what it does, it helps you process that traumatic event as a memory. And once you're able to process it as a memory, you're able to accept it and actually move forward. If it's not processed as a memory, it gets stored in your frontal cortex, like because of the cortisol levels and all these things that I don't understand, right?
Right.
All these stress, like your fight and flight. When your fight and flight is engaged, it creates a lot of cortisol, it creates several other hormones, and it ends up creating this traumatic event that gets stored. Mm-hmm. And so every time you have a dream and it comes back, all the emotional event that you experienced, you could do it again. Mm-hmm. And I know this because it's happened to me. It's this really weird event that happened to me that I continue I have continued for years to see. And the same emotion of that day continued to occur in my life. And it was stressful, bro. I was fighting going to sleep because of the fear of seeing it again.
Right.
That's what it was. As I was fighting going to sleep and the fear of seeing it again, I wouldn't sleep. So then I wouldn't sleep. So how did I try and sleep harder? I'd medicate. I'd drink like a motherfucker to try and sleep harder to hopefully not have that dream.
Right.
I'd have that dream. Boom. The next 10 days, I was so scared to go back to sleep to see it again.
That you would have to do.
Right. And I go back to
the treatment.
The treatment.
Even harder.
Right. Even harder. So that's why you get addicted to because you sleep really well with pain pills. You sleep well with drinking. You sleep well with Benadryl. Like I was just doing everything I can just to sleep hard as fuck. And then knowing that doing that was hurting my REM sleep already, so I wasn't helping myself. I was actually hurting myself. But in my head, it was a temporary fix. And so understand, like, we need to get to our little communities. We need to get close to the guys that we can touch, check on them, identify if they have issues. Most of the issues are going to come from not seeking counseling. Get counseling, get them fixed. How do we do that? It's hard. A lot of counselors are going to charge. We can find organizations. There's a million of them out there that are going to help pay for counseling for veterans. Once you identify that, get that situated and handled. That guy goes to counseling, make sure he goes through the process and accept it. The next, alcohol. I just did a podcast on my own about alcohol and how for some reason our community identifies this as what good friendship is. Good friendship
Just going
means,
out to the bar and getting fucking hammered.
You know, when guys message me, I'm like, hey, bro, we got to have a beer someday. And I'm like, man, once I started to realize that, I started to realize how many people text me that I trip out. I'm like, man, it's really what our community does.
It's the standard.
Yeah,
Like,
and it is what it is, right?
nothing wrong with it. It's just it's not helping.
But if the guy in
long
your
run.
circle that you can touch, right, the guy that you're trying to make sure, right, if you're trying to do this suicide prevention, this is where it starts, right? And so the guy in the circle that knows drinking is his issue, or drinking has been a big part, a catalyst to the drama in his life, bad marriage, whatever, out of shape, losing jobs, or can't hold on to a job, financial issues. You know how expensive drinking is? You know how expensive smoking is? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if that's the catalyst of his drama, why would we be the enabler to that, right? Because what happens is guys become, I can't tell you the answers on why everyone wants to, like, decides to commit suicide or tries to commit suicide or attempts to commit suicide. I can't tell you why everyone does, but I can tell you when I've felt that way, the things that have happened in my life. I lost a marriage. I was struggling at my job. I lost my kids. I didn't lose them, right? Like just my marriage went down and boom, the kids are in Arizona. I'm in Texas. I never get to see them. You know, I felt like the better part of me was left in war. I lost 2 friends and I couldn't let that go. A lot of reasons I was thinking like, well, what's the point of existing anymore if I can't do anything right? If I don't have my kids anymore, I lost my wife, which wasn't a big deal as much as it was the distance of my kids now, right? That was the big deal.
Yeah.
And then having trouble sleeping, and then still feeling survivor's guilt from my buddies who passed away that, you know, I wasn't even there. I wasn't even in the room with there. I was back in the rear and I missed it because of an injury. Like all this stuff is stacking on me.
And it's all internalized.
Right, internalized. And then you have financial issues where I'm giving my family, I'm giving my ex all the money I possibly can to keep the kids, you know, with the house over their head and everything else, and I have no money. So it's like one thing after another, like these books stacked up so heavy I couldn't even carry it anymore. And I was ready, like, what the hell am I doing? I'm running in circles and I'm working my ass off. I got no money. I never see my kids. What was the point to exist anymore? That's where I was in my head.
Right.
You know, and so I know why I was thinking it would be the easier route because no one wants to live like that. But then, you know, what's funny is I don't know what clicked to me. Straight up, I went to counseling, right? And maybe that was what hit, right? Maybe seeing Tanya and telling her my story, being completely honest and saying like, I drink a lot. You know what I mean? I don't sleep very good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still embarrassed about the fact of losing a marriage. Like divorce is always embarrassing to tell the world. You know what I mean?
It's hard as fuck to take ownership.
It is.
Of stuff, especially stuff like that. That's brutal.
Yeah, going to tell parents who've been married for like 40, 50 years, dude. You know what I mean? And telling them like,
hey, I failed.
Yeah, they've been married for like 43 years, and I'm like, hey, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know? So all these things, I go to a counselor, and she does, EMDR, and it wasn't immediate, but man, immediately I was getting sleep pretty fast. I'm getting sleep again, right? And I'm like, okay. And then I start realizing, like, dude, what am I doing? You know, what am I doing? I hate the idea of, and then I did it myself. So I'm saying I hate the fact that I thought like this. I would drink for every scenario because of my boys. Because I'm in the culture of drinking. We used to drink. I felt like it was only right to drink for them. You know what I mean? And so like I went into that cycle. And then when I started getting better sleep, I didn't need as much to drink. And then I started cutting back the drinking. And I started working on getting in shape because, hey, that marriage is over and maybe I can find someone really good for me.
Right.
The only way I'm going to do that is present the best possible version of me. So I started working out like a motherfucker. When I started working out like a motherfucker, I tried out for special operators and made it, right? So as inadvertently, as I started getting my life together, things started rolling my way. And it was just kind of like, man, it all started from getting more sleep. Well, it actually all started from finally getting counseling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know why I finally went to her? I have a buddy who recommended it to me, but I told him a story of I was chasing a dude. I was chasing an illegal immigrant on the borders of Mexico. I could smell the burnt trash. I could smell the smell of shit, right? I was looking through night vision, green look, carrying an M4, chasing a dude who smells a lot like an Afghani that I was chasing a high value target in Afghanistan.
Right.
I'm walking in this really unstable terrain. All I see is green, carrying an M4. I thought legitimately I was back in Afghanistan. And in Afghanistan, the rules of engagement are if someone's running from you, from the objective, the ROE is a squirter and you're allowed to engage. And several times I pulled up thinking like, as I bring my rifle up, the rifle's different looking from my Ranger one. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles. And I think every time I do that is what brings me back.
Right.
I look, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with my rifle? What the hell? That's not. Yeah. And I'm realizing until I finally catch the dude and slam him to the ground, I handed him off to another buddy and I walked off like, holy smokes. I took a deep breath. Whoa, bro.
Yeah.
This dude about got canoed and I would have been in prison. I would have been in prison.
Yeah, because it wasn't warranted.
There's no right. There's no right to do that. You have no right to just shoot an illegal immigrant in the back of the head just because. That's wrong. It's completely wrong. And it would have been completely justified for me to go to prison for that. And I would have been okay with it. But dude, I would have lost everything. And so that was the moment I was like, man, I called my boy. I said, bro, check this out. And he's like, dude, you need to get help. Mm-hmm. By chance, a counselor was contracted through the Border Patrol. And that's who I ended up contacting. And that's who I continued to. She's a friend of mine now. But that's what started the process. So identifying I had a problem. And it wasn't me who identified it. It was my buddy who identified, like, hey, bro, that's fucked up. Mm-hmm. You need to go get help. Then from going to getting help, I've done counseling when I first got out of the military. The first time I got out of the military, I did this group counseling, and some cook said that he has PTSD from a mortar round that went off in the fob, right? And I wasn't ready at the time to hear that. I was fresh out of Afghanistan.
Yeah, somebody got a little angry.
Yeah, Army Ranger. Super ego, thought I was like, no one could touch me, sitting in a room with a bunch of dudes that were out of shape, which is, years later was me, right? I became out of, you know what I mean? But I wasn't ready for it. And everybody's story in the room to me was like, bro, you weren't like even.
That's all weakness.
Right, yeah, in my head.
Where I'm at right now. You're weak.
Yeah,
you're weak. You're weak.
Like,
you're
I don't need to be here. I'm only being here because my wife made me come here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was a dick. And I left. I said, fuck this group. These guys are a bunch of pussies. That's in my head. No shit. And I hate to say that because I would never say that now because now I get it. Everybody deals with their own stress their own way. But at that time, bro, I wasn't ready. I was a jerk.
Yeah.
And so I never thought of counseling again until obviously all this turn of events happened. And now I'm at the wit's end. I'm like, life is terrible. And so I, go to the counseling, get my sleep organized, slow down my drinking. I didn't stop. I just slowed it down. Slowed it down to a point where I felt like I could manage it a little bit better. Which I still had days where I said, screw it, I'm going to drink until I freaking black out. I still had those days. You know what I mean? But a lot less than I was before. Mm-hmm. Started getting myself back in shape. Boom. Life kind of started taking over. Then I got so busy with like finding success, this small success. I was like, dude, crazy how close I was to just calling it quits. Like crazy. And I get it because it was hard. And it's not in my personality to think like that. It wasn't like I have these tendencies. It was more like life stacked a lot on me at once, and I never fixed anything and just allowed it to continue to.
And because the foundation was all fucked up, like everything's kind of topsy-turvy, and you're going left and right. You're like, I can't just center myself right now.
Right.
Counseling was the first step. That helps build the solid foundation, and then you start stacking stuff on top. It's all going to sit tight and in the fucking middle.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. So I think like when we got suicide prevention, we have to identify in each other, in our friends, that there's a problem that needs to be addressed. Us as friends will support them and help them get the first steps done. I always use the quote, I made this quote up a long time ago, and you could always lead a veteran to counseling, but you can't force them to take it, right?
Right.
And that's the truth. But that's all we can do. Us as friends, like, I have kids. I'm not going to babysit any of my buddies. That's crazy. That's madness. They're a grown-ass man, But at the same time, I know when someone needs help, and I can offer the help. I can offer to take them. I can offer to get them there. But I can never offer them to accept it and do it, right? That's on them. That's up to them. And if they choose to do that, perfect. If they choose not to, I can't continue to. It's a hard thing. You have to choose how much energy you want to expend on someone who doesn't want to help himself. And that's on you. I can't tell you what to do.
That's a hard thing to eat.
It's a very hard thing to eat. Very hard thing to eat because, prevention comes from inside as well. We have to want to exist. We have to want to accept that life is going to be hard work in any facet. It's hard. Having kids is hard. Having a relationship is hard. Maintaining a job and showing up every day when it's not paying you enough is hard. You know what I mean? All this stuff is hard. But, there's a reason why we do it. There's the living the American dream of trying to find happiness in some aspect. And the biggest thing is your community around you. I think your community around you is what gives you purpose, right? Your friends, your family is what gives you drive. It's what keeps you going, and if you're trying to do 22 push-ups in New York thinking you're going to help someone in California, I promise you there are better ways of doing it.
Right.
I think if you're like here in Salt Lake City, we have the Drinking Bros group, and that has a lot of veterans in it. And we have the Hero Sports Utah group, which is a little bit more focused veterans as well. And we try and do community stuff. Saturday, we're going to be doing some stuff. But, I try not to associate alcohol, but I'm also not their dad, so I don't stop alcohol either. It's just like, look, I'm not going to invite you to a place and say, hey, we're going to drink. I just say, hey, we're going to get together. You guys do what you want to do.
Make good choices.
Make good choices, right? And there's guys there that have drinking issues, and I hope to God they make the right decisions. And if they don't, we're going to have to check them like you would any other friend. And I think suicide prevention starts there. It starts in your circles. It starts with your friends. It starts in your little community that you can actually touch and feel. I believe if we continue to do that, that will grow to other communities, other cities, and continue to kind of wrap its hands around the rest of the United States and slowly start knocking down this issue that we have. I think it's in everything. It's in kids. It's in cops. Cops have the hardest right now. I would say the hardest, but they have a really hard career right now. They're kind of like public enemy number one. And as much as that hurts to hear, it's just the reality of what we have today. And they themselves, their community, their close friends need to identify these issues, and they need to get them addressed early on, and they need to find how to help it. I think drinking is always an issue with a lot of people. I think relationships are always an issue, and finances are always an issue. All those are the kind of the ones that stack on, and it's like the triple threat. When all three are hurting, oh man, life is struggle.
Yeah.
22. I know it's weird, man, and I know a lot of guys support it, but I think the idea, like I said, it was a good initiative, bad judgment. It was an initiative to try and help. I think all it's done was hurt the stigma of what a veteran is to the civilian culture, and that's not good either, right? I just talked to a guy about some psychology behind that. And if someone in your community that looks like you, that's done very similar to you, experienced similar to you, and this becomes the conversation, it becomes the conversation for the guys who all associate with you. Mm-hmm. It's a weird psychology thing, right? And so we've almost caused this. How many times have you ever got a message?
We've perpetuated our own victimhood.
Correct. Oh, correct, right? We become our own victims. I have guys all the time message me and go, and talk about demons next, watch. So I have guys that message me and go like this. They go, bro, I'm thinking about just being one of the 22. Just the fact that they used that comment, I wanted to punch them through the phone.
You want attention
more than it's hard, right?
Else.
That's the hardest thing about this. If I don't want anyone to, right? I don't want anyone not to message.
Where do you call bullshit at?
Yeah, right? Who's full of shit? Yeah. Who just needs attention? Right? Who does it? Who just does it?
Yeah, because if you choose wrong.
Well, dude, it's this crazy thing. So I maybe I could attach this video to the end, or at least the audio to the video. But it's look, man, we have a lot of people that end up crying wolf, and that makes it harder for us to identify who's real and who's not. I think a lot of the guys who reach out just need, and when I say attention, it's not they're needy for attention, but they just need someone to kind of talk to them at that moment because they're feeling down.
Right.
A lot of guys who attempt don't reach out to anyone. They just do their thing, and that's the scariest part. A lot of guys who attempt it or actually accomplish it, they don't reach out. They hit that end of the road and they just do it, and that's the scariest part because there really isn't this moment where I can say, yeah, I knew that was coming. No. I had a buddy who called me and we were having a good conversation. We're going to talk about, he's like, hey, dude, do contracting with me. I said, screw it. I'll quit my job in 2 weeks and I'll go contracting. The next day, the day after that, 2 days later, his family calls me and said that he committed suicide that night. We're planning things, bro. We planned shit.
Fuck.
And he ended up going outside. He ended up taking a bunch of pain meds and he ended up putting all these fentanyl patches on. He just went ahead and let himself go. This is a guy that I was on the phone with planning a future to hang out and actually go work with.
Right.
So there was nothing I that identified. It was nothing different. It was actually normal conversation. So that's the point I try and make is like a lot of the guys who end up trying, like who are successful at it, which is super sad. I didn't see a warning. You know what I mean? I didn't see it, you know? And that's what blows me away. That's what makes this whole conversation even harder. So it's the guy, like if I was within reach, maybe I could have identified it. Maybe I could have seen what was going on. Maybe he was taking pills when he called me. I don't know. I couldn't. But it's like the people that reach out on social media, I think they're just like feeling weak and they want some kind of support, which is cool. That's what all these communities are. That's what
all the groups are. Yeah,
right. That's what all the groups are. All the groups are for us to be able to be there for you. So when you need to talk, we can be there. If we need to dig you out of a hole, we'll do our best. You know, we help guys when anytime someone goes to a bad relationship, man, I know how hard that is. So like I feel for them and I want to do my best to help them. But if someone starts to use that community for attention, as in the frequent flyer is what we call in the medical world.
Okay.
That starts to really disillusion what we're doing. It's like, fuck, I can't always sit here and talk to someone at 2 a.m. because they drank and they feel bad. You know, and so it's this hard position to be in. When someone goes like, man, I feel like being a part of the 20s, like, fuck, dude, you're just following along with the concept and don't do that. Don't put yourself in line with the idea of what everyone says that we're all suicidal. We're not. There's struggle in everyone's fucking life. If you're having a bad time, just say, look, I'm having a rough one.
Say it out loud.
Yeah, I'm having a rough week.
Take ownership.
You know, relationship, finance, it all sucks. And I just need someone to talk to that maybe has similar experiences so they can tell them, hey, it's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. It sucks for a while, but it will be fine, right? And then the other thing I get is people say, bro, I have problems with my demons. Dog. All I want to tell them, like, and this is what I do tell them too. And in this aspect, I'm always kind of like, I'm kind of the father figure / senior NCO to a lot of these individuals who hit me up, right? Mm-hmm. They know the military background. They understand that. They come and talk to me as a military guy, right? And so I always kind of hit them with like, I'm going to give you the tough love right now.
Right.
And say, okay, you say demons. Yeah, my phone just always goes off like fucking Siri's always listening.
Especially when you start talking about demons.
Yeah, demons.
What the fuck,
Hello?
Siri?
How can I help you? But it goes, bro, I got demons. I always say, define demons. Bro, that fucks people up. Mm-hmm. That fucks people up because they try and blanket statements, demons, as like that's what it is.
Right.
All right. I even used to say demons, right? Like I say this because I've been through all this, and that's why it's even funny to me. I'm like, there's no such thing as a fucking demon, right? If you have one specific scenario that's fucking with your head, that's your issue. Let's deal with it. Mm-hmm. Let's identify exactly what that fucking demon is, whether it's survival's guilt, very common, whether it's experience you saw overseas, something that's pretty graphic, that hard to swallow, still see it. That's the issue. Okay, cool. We can work with this. We can go straight to a counselor and say, this is right hang up. Here's my hang up. It's this. Here's my hang up. Drinking's my hang up. Why? Because I feel bad for my buddies and I want to drink for them. Okay, that's what it is. We can identify exactly what those fucking demons is. It's not 90 fucking demons, right? You don't have a fucking room full of demons and those guys are all fucking one day when this one's good, the next one. No, there's a specific thing. There's an insecurity. There's an ego. There's something that's embarrassing. Whatever the fuck it is, you have to accept that that's what it is. There's no such thing as a fucking demon, right? But there is a such thing as a traumatic event that you're holding on to.
Absolutely.
And you need to find a way to let it go, right? I mean, that's exactly what it is. My demons, fuck you, dog. Define that shit. Let's break this down. Let's see exactly what the fuck this is so I can say, okay, cool. Now I know how to help you. Because I can't help a motherfucker who just fucking, who puts in a bucket all his emotions and say, yeah, this whole bucket is bad. Bro, what's in this goddamn bucket? Yeah. So I know how to fix this, right? Like, that's the truth, right? My kid can't come to me and be like, Dad, I have all these issues. I have all these demons. No, son, what the fuck is it? Let's start with one and fix it and keep going. And so I say it's like, we have issues in our community, and I think a lot of it is rooted from too many people following suit with the predecessors before them who didn't have the right answer either. You know what I mean? It's like it's two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, we're still making all the wrong choices. Getting out of the military fucking sucks. It's hard because they told you what to wear, they told you how to dress, they told you where to be, all that shit, and you didn't have to be motivated. Someone else was motivated for you. All right? Now you're fucking in the civilian world. You have to be motivated. You tell yourself what to wear. You tell yourself who you are, your own identity. You don't know. You don't fucking know what it is. You're trying to figure it out yourself. And now you got to try and do that along with deal with everyone else in the society who doesn't understand you. But they do because they're humans and they've had their own transition, whether it's out of prison, whether it's out of college, whatever the case. See, we alienate ourselves to believe that we're alone. Completely false. If you're living and breathing, you're the same as the motherfucker to the left and to the right of you. Straight up. I guarantee you sit on a train, you're riding, you look across the way, that person's probably going through the same fucking shit. Mm-hmm. They've probably had heartbreak. They've probably dealt with financial issues because they're sitting on the same fucking train you are. You understand that? They are going through the same shit you are or have gone through it. And they're still there. And they're fighting like all fucking hell to find happiness. And the only way you can find happiness is identify what your fucking actual demon is and start making that better. Fuck. Right? I think this is how we fix suicide prevention. We actually identify the issue and fucking hit it head on. Whether it's addiction. Addiction's bad, bro. I didn't think addiction was bad when I was younger. I was like, fuck, what the fuck's wrong with these people? Why are they addicted? Fucking weirdos. That's what legitimately, I thought people that were addicted were fucking weak. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with them? What the hell are they fucking addicted? And then I saw addiction with one of my close friends and I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, it's lack of knowledge, ignorance.
Yeah. Exactly. I was ignorant.
I'm blissful because I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I was ignorant as fuck. I was uneducated about addiction. Mm-hmm. Now I understand addiction, and that's scary, dude. And this is where, like, the alcohol thing, alcohol is addicting. And I saw myself going down a path I wasn't happy with. I seen my own uncle addicted. I've seen people addicted. And it's like, I get it, man. No matter how hard you try, you need help. You actually need to go somewhere to a clinic that can make sure that you're not stepping on your own crank. You know what I'm saying? Because that is part of our issue, is drugs. There's a lot of veterans that have drug issues. Why do we have a lot of homeless? I believe that coincides with drinking or alcoholism, and as well as drugs. You know what I mean? People do a lot of crazy shit just to get high again. You know, like we're in Salt Lake. There's a heroin epidemic. Was an opiate epidemic, really, is what it is, right? And it all comes from addiction, and addiction's a scary beast. And all that can only be helped with counseling, and as well as, I can't even say like self-motivated. I can't say that because now understanding addiction, it's really you gotta go through the steps of an actual detoxing, and every day it's a struggle. Mm-hmm. Crazy. It's a sad, scary thing that I hope that no one in my family ever has to experience, my kids or my wife, you know, I feel like I have really good control of that, but I'm also scared. You never know what's going to be addiction, right? I think, so it's a scary thing. But either way, the conversation kind of went off, but I think we're kind of hitting on the head what we wanted, right?
There's something I want to add, and that is people are quick to attach a number to this.
Yeah.
It's 22. Maybe it's a little less. It's 18, something like that.
It's one.
One person, one thought, one day, one action, one.
Yeah.
It all starts with you taking ownership, you having the one thought, saying this is a problem, seeing your one friend in the community that you can reach out and touch, saying you have a problem. I think this might be an issue for you. You need to get help.
Yeah.
Take them to the one counselor so they can deal with their one problem.
Right.
One.
I agree.
That's it.
Yeah, I think we just need to start with your community. Start with the community you can touch. And I think that in itself will reach out to others and continue to grow. I believe that's how we help our community, by no shit being right in front of their face and seeing their issues and seeing how we can help them one step at a time. One.
One, man.
Wow. A little heavy subject. I'm sure people are going to be like, dude, fuck you, bro. I did 22 push-ups.
Couple
dog.
hard to swallow pills in there.
The truth is, look, here's my opinions. You don't have to fucking like them. Here's what I think. And here's from my experience. I'm one of the guys who's actually been through this. Mm-hmm. I've been put through the ringer. And here's where I am now, wanting to give my experiences to y'all, and hopefully you guys can pull something from this and it'll help you. And if it doesn't, boom, go on to the next podcast. No big deal. But all this was for me to like, let me allow you to think about this in a different way to realize we can do more than just believing in a number. We can physically actually do more to the circle that we're near and dear to right here in front of your face. And that in itself will slowly spread, and we can hopefully help more guys that way. Find a community, get back involved, stop the alienation. We are all in this together. Humans are humans. It's a humanity issue. I love you. We're out of here. Thanks, Vince.
Yep.
I did it.